here are the massive changes that you have to know with Medicare going into 2025. So we say something that grabs their attention in the first 2 to 5 seconds. And then we just, in the middle of the video, try to provide as much value as possible on that pain point that we brought up in the hook. And then at the end, we have a call to action. So, hey, if you're still confused about Medicare, click the link below. We'll send you our free 2025 Medicare planning guide at no cost. And so I always say hook, value, call to action. That's all any video needs to have.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of most ages, we are back with the Medicare Sales Playbook, and we are excited to have you with us. Man, we've been seeing some great return from the videos that we've been putting out, the episodes that we've been putting out. You guys have absolutely killed it with the responses, with the comments, with the questions. It feels like we're helping people, and that's our goal, is to help you expand your Medicare Sales Playbook one play at a time. I appreciate everything that you guys have been doing for us. I want to jump in today because I've got somebody here that I believe is going to help you. It's not going to cost you a dime to do this. He's got results. He's been here before. Please help me welcome back to the show, Mr. Tim Smith. Thanks, buddy, for coming back.
Thanks for having me, Dallas. I'm
Absolutely,
excited to be here again.
So I had you back because I've been watching your stuff. 2,800.
Yeah.
2,800 leads since the last time we sat down and recorded a podcast.
Yeah.
Just off of TikTok. 2,800 people that are in the turning 65 age range saying, I want to know more about Medicare.
Yeah.
And you are not running any ads.
No ads. I don't even know how to run an ad on TikTok.
So you are just simply basically putting out content. You have a call to action, and they're clicking and getting it.
Yep.
That's what we want to teach today.
Okay.
That's what we want to teach. And I appreciate, guys, I do not pay Tim to be here. I didn't tell him that ahead of time.
Well,
but yeah,
he'll get my bill after.
I'm not paying Tim to be here. This is a guy that just likes helping people and likes helping new agents and agents find out. Now, I get to travel across the country. I see a lot of different people. And it always amazes me when I ask them, how much are you using social media? They're all, I say all, that's not true. 95% of them are saying, no, I don't want to. I don't use social media, especially TikTok. Because of course, seniors are not on TikTok, right?
Oh yeah. No, not at all.
They're not there at all.
No, but it's social media as a whole is the most underused avenue for marketing with insurance.
Yeah. The objections I get, somebody's already doing it, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, there's enough to keep going around because you've got more than you can handle.
Oh, yeah.
I get, I don't have anything to say. I've listened to yours, and we're going to go more in depth in just a second. Yours are simple. I mean, no offense whatsoever. They're simple. It's not rocket science.
No.
I don't think people watch TikToks about the intricacies of Medicare.
Those are the ones that don't even do well. Like people want it just to be as simple as possible because Medicare is confusing as a whole. And if you're the one that can make it click in their head and make it more simple, that's why they're filling out the lead cards. That's why they're calling us every single day, is because we're that guy that is, when they were confused, when they didn't know where to turn with retirement, we were the ones that made everything click. And that's why they're calling.
That's amazing.
Those are all the videos that do our best, is when we just dumb it. I make a joke with everybody. I say, if I made it more complicated, I wouldn't be able to understand it. So I dumb it down, and those are the videos that work the best.
What about agents that say, look, I'm too old to be on TikTok?
Figure it out. Like, just watch YouTube videos. We self-educated on all of our knowledge with TikTok.
That's crazy too. You have no training on any of this, correct?
No.
Other than what you've went out and found.
Yeah. A lot of people aren't willing to put in the effort before they see results. So just study it. If you're older, if you're just not good with technology or social media, study it. Watch YouTube videos for 40 hours a week for 2 weeks, and you'll be a pro. It's not that hard.
That's pretty cool. So, okay, I want to go back and break down. TikTok is the only platform you're using, correct?
Or are you using
at Instagram?
Scale, yes.
Yeah,
We're using YouTube as well.
Okay.
But most of our reach is off of TikTok.
Most of your reach off TikTok. Okay. What have you improved on since because it's been about a month. So we did the first podcast. What have you improved on? If you could even go back 1 month and tell yourself, hey, do this, what would that be?
I think just really focusing on the experience of the person watching our videos. So we used to do it where we didn't really have a set where, some of these people are older. They want to be able to see the whiteboard that we use a lot easier. And so before I was standing super far back and, I'd be standing in front of the word sometimes. I wouldn't be other times. So we really focused on kind of the whole setup. More than what we had in the past. And that's really when our views started taking off. And so now if you look at all of our videos, they're almost the exact same video that we're putting out every single day, but it's working.
Okay, that brings my next question. How often are you putting out content?
We try to put out once every day, and then we try and go live once a week.
Okay. How much truth is it to figuring out the algorithm and doing it at certain times per day and stuff like that? Is there something to that, or is it just put something out?
I would say the biggest hurdle for people is just starting and just, consistently putting something out. You can worry about the other stuff later. You can worry about setting your picture up better, your mic quality, your whatever. You can figure all that stuff out. As far as the posting times, I think that's a lot of BS that people just throw out there that's not actually true. But I think consistently just posting is the number one thing. And then there's some fundamental things like you need to have a hook at the beginning, you need to provide value on the hook, and then you need to have a call to action. If you have a variation of those three things and you post every single day, it will work.
Okay. State those again. You have to have a hook?
You've got to have a hook. Yeah, so I'll just go through, if it's cool with you, our whole structure. So we try to have a hook every single video in the first probably 2 to 3 seconds where, we say something that draws their attention, whether it's here are the massive changes that you have to know with Medicare going into 2025. So we say something that grabs their attention in the first 2 to 5 seconds. And then we just, in the middle of the video, try to provide as much value as possible on that pain point that we brought up in the hook. And then at the end, we have a call to action. So, hey, if you're still confused about Medicare, click the link below. We'll send you our free 2025 Medicare planning guide at no cost. And so I always say hook, value, call to action. That's all any video needs to have.
Wow.
A lot of people get confused with like the introductions, like, hey, my name is this is the company I work for. It's not about you. It's about the person watching. They don't care who you are.
Nice.
Just provide as much value.
So you don't start out, hey guys, this is Tim.
They can see it on my username. That's where a lot of people go wrong. So
yeah. Well, and I would be interested to know how quick, because I in my downtime, I'll throw on TikTok and go through. Yeah. With me personally, now I'm hyper ADHD. You have got 0.5 seconds. Yeah. The picture's got to grab me. Yeah. It's not even what you say. Something in that picture it's got to be a car or something, somebody getting hurt. That's what's grabbing me, which there may be something wrong with me, but that's another episode. Yeah. You've got that hook has to be immediate, correct?
Mm-hmm. That, and we've found when we started, you asked what I got better at the past month. We found that there's really 2 hooks you have to have. There's a hook verbally, but then there's also a visual hook, like you just said. So we'll have in the first 2 to 5 seconds when we say our verbal hook, we'll also have text on the screen of saying, hey, if you're confused about Medicare, watch this video, or something that reiterates what we're saying. Because what we found is a lot of people will scroll off; they won't even listen to you. And I've kind of studied myself as I'm scrolling through TikTok. Is half the videos I swipe off, I don't even listen. I just see, and if it doesn't pique my interest, I go.
Yep.
So we do both. We do a visual and a verbal.
Wow. Okay. Now, go back to the topic. You said something while ago that kind of surprised me. You said you're doing the topic, almost the same topic every day. Are you getting the same people commenting, or are you getting new people every day tuning in?
So the way that TikTok works is actually most of your reach is not going to your followers. So we have 53,000 followers. It's not necessarily going to them. It's going to the For You page. It's going to the new people out there that are interested in our content. So if you look at the past, I don't know, we got pretty bad. Like last week, we put out almost the same video every single day. But if you look at those, they're almost identical. We just reshot them. Same information. And so it's all new people that just happened to find it that time, or the hook that we changed it to resonated with them more, and that's why they watched. But a lot of it is the same exact content. I mean, we can't make 30 plus videos a month and not kind of get repetitive.
Yeah. Okay, so you come into the studio. Are you doing these a bunch in a row and then editing them? How is that working?
So I do it every morning. That's another thing I got better at the past month. I used to shoot them all at once. So I'd have a Monday morning through the Monday afternoon where I'd shoot all of them for the week. I'm like you. I've got some ADHD. I don't like doing that. But I also don't like doing that because some of the videos we respond to comments, or some of the comments we respond with videos for the week. And so we couldn't really, I guess, customize it as much as we want. When we were making them all, this is what you get each and every day. And so we weren't scheduling them at all, or we aren't now. We're doing to where we just shoot one every morning. And it takes me maybe 3 to 5 minutes to shoot and then another minute or two to edit it. And then we throw it up there.
Wow. What about tools? What tools are you using? I know you use like a screen teleprompter or something like that. Is there anything you're using now?
So we don't use any teleprompters.
Okay.
We used to edit it. So we used to like say a sentence, pause, and then just stick them all together. But now I've gotten better on camera. I feel more comfortable. So we just shoot it. We may have 1 or 2 mess ups where we edit that out. But for the most part, we only use a couple different platforms. So one, I'll shoot it on my iPhone. I don't got this fancy setup like we talked about last time. Shoot it on my iPhone, and then I'll have it in my photo library. I'll take it to an app called LumaFusion, and that's where we'll do all the editing. Takes a couple minutes, and then we'll export it, and then CapCut is what we use to put all the on-screen captions. So we'll put it on CapCut, take it off, and then we'll put it on TikTok.
Wow.
So the whole process from start to finish shooting and everything takes probably 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay. What about compliance? I know with Medicare especially, what about compliance, making sure that everything's right? Have you had any issues with compliance or anything like that?
I mean, I think we've had a couple of agents that have just trolled us by saying like, hey, you can't say this, we're going to turn you in, all this stuff. But what we're doing is more educating. We're not selling them. We're not, promising them all this stuff. We're not saying free with Medicare Advantage. We're not saying certain things that you can't say. So we haven't really been worried about that too much. Granted, that kind of worries me now that we're getting the traction we are. So now I kind of, hey, Ty, hey, Matt, hey, is this something I can say or not? Right. Before I post it sometimes if I'm questioning it.
Yeah.
But for the most part, there's not a whole lot to worry about.
Right. Just avoid.
Don't promise a car.
Don't promise. And free Walmart gift card. You know who you are out there. Yeah. Okay. Now, you've got the video shot. You've got it all there. How are you maintaining and keeping track of all the? Well, first off, how you talked about a call to action. How are you getting that call to action? What are you using to capture the information?
So TikTok is really cool. I like that we have a good following on there because it has a lead form integrated already. So we just had to put on there what our intro to the lead is. So like, hey, apply for our free 2025 Medicare guide. And so it's already integrated on there. The button will be at the bottom of the video, and we just refer to that. So it's nothing. We're not using any type of lead platform or anything. It's just already integrated on TikTok.
Then how are you keeping track? 2,800 coming in. How are you keeping track and making sure you're working all those and all that?
Yeah, so we were just doing where we got name, email, phone number. We'd put them into Go High Level, our CRM, and we would just send them the guide. And then once a week, we would send out 3 different Medicare classes. So we were hosting 3 webinars a week, averaged about 120 attendees per month. But we were doing that. We've now hired a VA that is calling them. So he's calling them and, hey, from Tim Smith's office, just want to make sure you got the guide, see what questions you had. Hey, do you want to go ahead and set that appointment up, or do you want to read through a little bit more? So we've got a guy that's actually reaching out and doing that, along with pushing them to our webinars.
Wow. Very nice. Okay, so we've gone through all the excuses. There's no excuse as to why you can't, why you shouldn't, all that stuff. I want to actually, if it's okay with you, let's do, you already said yes. We said we got that on video right there. Now, let's actually do one. Like, show me how you would do a video. I'm going to give you a topic,
Oh, gosh.
He has not rehearsed this, right? No. You're not, okay. I'm going to give you a topic. You just show me what you would shoot.
Okay.
If that's okay. We'll do the hook. I'll blabber for a second to give you a second topic. The topic is there's a lot of changes in the drug plan this year.
Okay.
Make sure you're shopping. Okay.
Okay.
So a lot of changes in the drug plan. So you said we got to have a hook, we got to have the meat, and then we got to have a call to action. So you tell me when you're ready. And guys, here's the deal. Take this, use it. Write down what he says. It may suck. It's not coming from me. It's coming from him. Okay. But okay. So go. You got to, you got to do one here.
Okay. So I would start with obviously the hook. So these are the 3 biggest changes that you need to know moving into 2025 with your drug plan. Number 1, they're adding a $2,000 drug cap. So that means the people that were spending $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a year on their medications now got a discount for $2,000 or $3,000. You're capped at $2,000. So that's change number 1. Change number 2 is there something? They've got payment plans. So they're starting to, instead of you having to pay $500, $600 in January or February in the start of the year, you can now smooth that out between 12 months, and then you don't have to pay it all up front. And then the last one is there another one?
Donut hole.
Donut hole. So the donut hole, the emphasis, whatever, the donut hole that everybody hates is going away in 2025. Now, guys, if you're still confused about Medicare, click the link below. I'll send you a free copy of my 2025 Medicare planning guide for no cost.
Boom.
So,
That's it, guys. It's that simple.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Now, you always start out with 3. I love how you started the 3 and then you figured it out later, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's what editing's for, right?
That's what editing's for. Top 3 things.
Yeah, we don't script any of our videos. I just kind of think of it and kind of go. So.
Well, and you've even got a video where you're combing your hair. I think we missed that. Mentioned that last time. You've got 8 videos now that are over 1 million views.
Yeah.
I think that's one of them. Where you're getting ready in the morning.
So.
And yeah. Is it surprised you which ones do really well?
Yes, and I'm starting to get to the point where we're trying to dissect which ones did well and why. Because before we just kind of throw them up there, which ones did better was, whatever. But
totally random.
We're trying to analyze it more. But sometimes, I'm like, this one, I didn't say this right, or I was not talking with enthusiasm. I was kind of monotone. Like, why did this one do well? And so we're trying to digest that and see which
ones do it. Yeah.
For our future.
And your wife, Maddie, plays a huge part in this, right? She actually quit her job and now she's helping manage your TikTok and doing a lot of other stuff too, right? Yeah.
Yep. So she does most of the editing, and then she'll post them.
Nice. So okay, I want to flip gears. So you've got the client side, but you're also getting a lot of attraction and a lot of attention from agents. You told me, how many agents do you guys have on your team now?
Currently 15.
15. How much interest do you get, though? How many agents in a month saying, hey, I'm interested in working with you?
Oh, well, including comments, over 100. But we actually have probably 40 to 50 a month that reach out. Whether they're a good fit or not, who knows? But
15 is less than 40 or 50.
Yeah.
What are you, you've gotten picky. We were talking before the show. You've actually gotten picky. What are some things that you're requiring from your agents in order to be on your team?
So, I was just on a recruiting call and he said it perfectly, is he used to, and I was the same way, I used to take anybody with a pulse. So if you were living, I'm down, you're going to be on my team and it's going to be great. Now we're trying to find ones that, they're a little bit more established, not necessarily in the industry, but in life. They've got money for marketing. They don't have to work 40, 50, 60 hours at another job and then do it, evenings and weekends. So we're kind of looking for certain ones versus taking everyone.
Yeah. Are your agents shooting their video? I see Noah's all the time now.
Yeah.
Noah's shooting his videos and stuff like that. So they're starting to do that. Have you noticed now that you're introducing more of your agents to it, has it stolen anything away from what you're doing?
No, actually. So, I went on Cody's podcast, and now it seems like everybody's got a TikTok that does Medicare. But my views have only gotten better. So, when we did our last podcast together, I think I had 250,000 views per month. Did Cody's podcast, did all that. Everybody's starting to make TikToks. We're getting 4 million views a month now.
Goodness.
And so
are you able to walk down the street or? Do you have to,
yeah. I'm waiting for that to happen.
Yeah, just get recognized in an airport or something like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So it's not watered down what you're doing. Isn't that crazy? You know, I read years ago that there is a reason that every time you see a CVS, you see a Walgreens across the street, catty corner to it.
Yeah.
They attract each other. And the more good content we bring to our insurance industry, I think it's better for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I think it helps everybody. It helps people because they're hearing it more and more and more and more. Their For You page may have 3 or 4 agents on it. Yeah. What do you do though to set yourself apart from other agents?
Well, I just had a guy last week that told me, I randomly stumbled across you. You made the most sense. Now that I watched your video, I've got 10 other agents that are in my For You page that I now get videos from. But he said, and I get this literally every day from all the people that call, is you make it so much more simple than all these other agents.
Isn't that funny?
And it's...
I used to have an agent that I've worked with that said, confusion breeds opportunity. Mm-hmm. I don't believe that. I think there's enough confusion out there with Medicare, especially. Oh, yeah. There's enough confusion. All right. Next question. You've got agents that are coming to work for you. You're teaching them how to do that. When are you going to start? We talked about life insurance for the show. Do you think this would work with life insurance? Do you think it would work with annuities, with long-term care, that kind of stuff?
Oh, yeah. I think one of the most untapped markets on TikTok is annuities. I said it on our last podcast. We made like 4 videos over annuities in 1 month, and we met with $10 million plus in annuity premium. Now, we didn't write all of it, but I think that's one of the biggest opportunities on TikTok right now. Life insurance people can do. There's not a lot of people that are really dominating the life space on TikTok. So, I think there's tons of Medicare people, but there's a lacking definitely in the annuity side. But there's always room for life insurance people.
Boy, and those hooks are there too, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, are you afraid you're going to outlive your money?
Yeah.
Is there more month than money?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's, are you sure that your pension is doing okay? Are you afraid of a market crash? Mm-hmm. Guys, we're giving all this away for free.
Yeah.
Absolutely free.
And I've noticed,
have to change that.
I've noticed a lot of people that reach out for Medicare, for whatever reason, they are very high profile clients. So, there's been several we've met, 1 million, 2 million, 3 million in annual income.
And see, that surprises me.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, but when I think of TikTok, I don't think of a high profile client.
Yeah.
Right?
And then I do, because it's those 64-year-olds that are on there, they're the tech savvy ones. They're the ones that are,
true.
Not figuring out how to do a DocuSign for 30 minutes, They're like prime time clients.
That's incredible. Yeah, I think of people sitting there on their phone being lazy. It's not just those folks.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Nothing against those folks. I, too, am one of those folks. But... No, okay. So now that you're in annuities, or you're looking at annuities and long-term care, that's another one, long-term care, I think, because right now we've got 2025, where you're going to have 14,000 people a day turning 65. It's going to peak. Mm-hmm. The baby boomers are peaking, and then it's going to start to go down. Well, that could mean a little less opportunity for Medicare, right? Yeah. Because you can have less people a day turning 65. But as those people age, annuities and long-term care especially becomes huge. And the hooks are there for that too.
Oh, yeah.
What would happen if you had to spend $300 a day? The hooks are huge.
One of the number one ways that people run out of money
is long-term care. Yeah. That's incredible. Okay. So you've been doing something with Cody Askins. Talk about that and what you guys are doing.
Yeah. So I was privileged to be a coach in his new, I believe it's called social selling system. Mm-hmm. He's got a group on School. For people that aren't familiar with School, it's an app where you can have a whole community. And we've got a lot of agents in there that are learning about social media, how to grow organically on social media. I'm just one of the coaches, and quite frankly, I'm not even the biggest coach in there. So there's a lot of different coaches in there that are pouring into the people inside the group about how to use social media for their insurance business.
Yeah, it's if you want to find more about that, it's CodyAskins.com, CodyAskins.com/SSC, Social Selling Challenge. Again, I don't make anything from that. I love what you guys are doing. I go on the road with Cody and see him do this stuff. And man, I get to watch people make their first video and it's really cool. So, okay, let's finish with this. You've got somebody out there right now that is thinking about doing my first TikTok. I've only got 9 followers total, but I'm thinking about doing my first TikTok. And that's what I love about TikTok is you said it. It's not the followers. It goes to the For You page, even though they're not following you. I very rarely watch the people that I follow.
Oh, yeah.
I watch new stuff, right? So coach them through. You got somebody right now that's holding their phone, watching this video going, gosh, maybe I should get on TikTok. Maybe I should do something. What would you say to do? What would you challenge them to do over the next, let's go 1 week. Try it 1 week and see what happens.
I mean, I would say just take a step back. It's really not that serious. Post the video. I was so worried about what people would say. I was scared to come into the office. I was scared my basketball buddies from college were going to see it and make fun of me. It's not that serious. They're going to see it. They're going to keep going. So I would say number 1 is just commit to doing it. Just try it for a week. If you don't like it, if you don't get better, stop. Like you said, it's free.
What did you lose? It's free.
It's free. And so I would say that, and then just focusing on the 3-part structure I said with every video. Have a hook, then provide as much value on the hook, and then have a call to action. If you just focus on those 3 things and you commit to posting once a day, you will start seeing success. It didn't take very long for us.
How long are your videos? You don't do very long, right?
A minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
One last thing too. If you make a blunder, that gets views, right? Like people love it when you mess up or, just stop and keep going, man.
Yeah.
Love that.
And you can edit it.
You can edit. I love it. Awesome, man. Tim, thank you very much for being here. Guys, I hope this has helped you. If they want to find Tim Smith, first of all, just turn on TikTok, right?
Just type Medicare into
type
TikTok.
Medicare. But what is your handle on TikTok and that kind of stuff?
I believe it's Tim the Medicare Man. But if you look up Tim Medicare, we'll pull up. So
yeah, Tim the Medicare Man on TikTok. Guys, again, thank you very, very much for being here today. Thank you for following us. Give us a follow. Give us a like. As I'm sitting here watching this, recording this, I'm sitting here thinking, Adam, we got to get more stuff on TikTok, buddy. Like our TikTok game is weak. We have got to get more stuff on TikTok. So I'm going to challenge people out there. You're going to start seeing us more on TikTok. So I want to start seeing you more on TikTok. And then if you would, when you record a TikTok, shoot it over to the Medicare Sales Playbook on Instagram or whatever. Send me a link. I would love to see it. And man, I'll encourage you. I make fun of you a little bit, but it won't be to your face. I'll do it behind your back. You won't even know. Okay. So let us see what you're doing. We want to see it. Again, a big thanks to Tim. Do me a favor, go on and like, subscribe, all that stuff. Go see what Cody's doing. CodyAskins.com/SSC. It's really inexpensive. It's easy to do. He's coaching people on how to post on social media. This is the way to market to people now. We want to thank you guys again for all that you do. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you. We'll see you next time on the Medicare Sales Playbook.